Maiden, wife, crone. The cycle of birth, life, and death. Three Buddha mothers, which depicts the stages of motherhood and the artist's reflections on being a mother. Faceless Vesta makes the mudra gesture of generosity. She is the vessel of life, feeding on milk and honey. Deia's wings are folded as she molts and emerges from her suffocating cocoon. Her body has taken on the shape of the sheltering Bushilinda pose. She is powerful and immovable. Lola has the mudra of teaching turned inwards, no longer fertile except in insight. She promises to lead men back to the sure instinct of love, which she long ago forfeited with intellectual pride. These are Buddhas rather than goddesses, as the Buddha never claimed to be God. By casting real mothers, the artist's aim is to bring the divine dimension back into the familiar human figure, to emphasize the need to seek the sacred in everyday life.
ARELLANO is a Filipino contemporary artist known for her surrealistic sculptural grouping. Was born in Tanwan, Rizal, 1949. She belonged to the prominent family of architects that included her father, grandfather, and grand-uncle.
AGNES ARELLANO has a body of work that goes back to the early 1980s. It's not only deeply mythological but profoundly, even subversively feminine, sometimes in ways that are dark and terrifying. Her surrealist and expressionist works in plaster, bronze, and cold cast marble, inspired by her life experiences and reflections on themes ranging from the sacred feminine in Eros, comparative mythology, archaeology, psychology, shamanism, and other spiritual systems. The Three Buddha Mothers and Her Scape is an example of how ARELLANO attempts to question the generalized perception of a deity as male, by taking characteristics typically attributed to the masculine and reimagining them as the feminine. Seated like a Buddha in contemplative repose, Vesta, modeled after the artist's friend, is a brazen symbol of female fertility. She is nude but not sexual, vulnerable yet powerful and dignified. ARELLANO, known for her thought-provoking sculptural installations, has works that are deeply psychological, exploring love, pain, physical and the spiritual, what we consider sacred and one.
You have to have a vision. You can't just make art. Once you realize this vision, you have to be true to it. Before you think of compromising for the sake of earning a living, you have to think of that vision and you have to be dedicated to it. And whatever compromises you make, you can clear it in your head that you're doing this for practical purposes or for a purpose. You're doing this to help spread your own advocacy. My main advice is to be true to one's vision.